Got some good news for you guys out there. Ask the mouth. If you are short, fat, ugly, but you make enough money, women will marry you. Yeah, no. Dick to money ratio. I am going to try to explain to you mathematically why 65% of the women in the Western world filed for divorce. And yes, it all boils down to poopy vagina. You guessed it, money. Pull out your wallets, your receipts, and the hardest liquor you can find. And with that being said, let us begin. Yeah. I can't tell you how many times I've heard a guy like, I lost my job, I got laid off, and then 2 weeks later I got hit with divorce papers. He's not making any money and she's divorcing him. F that. Some nice stick figure action going on. And we all know what happens when the stick figures like to rub together. Nice roaring fire, if you know what I mean. Got a dude here making $120,000 a year. He's 29, 30 years old. He's right in the zone, wants to get married, meets the woman of his dreams. Everything is going well because guess what? Poopy vagina. And he likes to hit that pussy twice a week, which boils down to 96 times a year.
What do you say I take you home and eat your pussy?
So you take his income, you minus his taxes, that's $90,000. That. You take the $90,000, you divide it by 96, $937 that woman's getting per hit on the pussy.
I don't need to work anymore.
Glorified prostitution. No. She is high on the hog. Dude has money, everything's going great, but hey, ask the mouth. Let's advance this whole scenario 3 years. Yeah! He's hitting it that many times, guess what? 1, 2, 3 kids come about. Winning? No. And we know how much kids cost, right? The first kid to raise to 18 is $245,340. Now you take 15% of that number, twice. Total cost of raising 3 kids is $318,942. Let me think about that. Winning? No. And you divide that by 18 years, $17,719 a year. That's only taking into account the children. Now I'm going to throw in some basic expenses here. Car payments, because you got to have a minivan. The mortgage, the medical insurance, because now it's law, you have to maintain medical insurance. After that, we have food. 3 young kids in the house. Listen, they eat like Pac-Man. Now listen, I'm being conservative here, but you back out the car payment, mortgage, medical, and food, and you wind up with $39,881. And that's not even taking into account the cable bill, the phone bills, everyone has a cell phone. I'm like, Jesus Christ, you're f***ed. So now after 3 kids in 3 years, she's only making $415 per hit on the pussy, which is less than half. And she becomes, quote unquote,
I'm not happy.
We've all heard that speech. She's not gonna put up with that. And that's when the pussy strike begins. She dials it back to once a week. Her hits on the pussy goes up to 767, which is not too bad. You're pissed off about it because you're used to twice a week. She's gonna go from being the best piece of ass you ever hit, winning, to basically boning a corpse.
Are you done yet? Are we done? I'm reading a book here.
Just like the pussy to frustration ratio, we have adjusters. And these are some of the common adjusters I've actually got from women when I interviewed them in some bars over the past several months.
What do you say I take you home and eat your pussy?
This should have been on the pussy frustration ratio stink. Because guess what? Gonorrhea! No. Now listen, if you're a dude and you don't wash your peg D, and it smells like something that's infested with moths and maggots, it doesn't matter how much money you have. You're a slob. Minus 50. Now, I fall into this category because I'm a slob and a half, but at least I wash the peg D. If you are so fat that you have not seen your peg D since the Clinton administration, that's just nasty. Yeah! If you're mean, and I'm talking about dudes that tool up their ladies, or do other horrid shit to them, ask the mouth. Crazy is as crazy does. And if a woman is willing to hang out with you while you're crazy, she's probably doing it for money. Rock on. Police intervention is minus 1,000. And you're only dealing with 767. You might have to fork out a refund if you know what I mean. No. Ignore you, minus 100.
Okay, Keep going.
Poor diet. Listen, you have to give a shit about what you eat on a regular basis. Or you'll wind up like me. I have to spend and give a f. Everyone in the household has to eat what you're eating. No ranch dressing, no bacon. It sucks. It's boring. It's nasty. Health issues usually stems from poor diet. Woo! Or you got in a bad motorcycle accident and you're a circle walker. Women don't like cowards. Now, usually the coward comes from, say, a privileged family, had a lot of money, never had to struggle at all. There's a lot of women out there that'll tell you, violence doesn't solve anything. But if you're willing to throw down, especially for them, they'll pull their pants down faster than light speed. White knighting on the internet is one thing, but throwing down in person, completely different animal. Unsanitary, it's minus 250. Poopy vagina, cat crap on the floor, dishes piled 3 feet high in the sink. You're just asking to get yourself a case of herpes-gonorrhea, dysentery of the vagina. God, that's horrible. I have talked to women who've been married to dudes for like 3 to 5 years and find out that their husband is a two-way Tony. Shitty slot C. Yeah, no. He's banging some slot B because he likes to jump the fence. If you're a two-way Tony and you suffer from unsanitariitis, ass to mouth. That is some nasty stuff. No. Once we get beyond that nastiness, there's things like being kind. Such an asshole. Say he has rich parents. It's plus 250. You want to stay around and get paid when they decide to kick their air addiction. That's a bunch of halfway hooker action if you ever ask me. Maybe he can cook well. You don't have to do it. That's plus 100. You need to keep his balls empty and his stomach full. Handy if you check out Handyman Habitat. He can fix everything around your house. Everything's good to go. Yeah! He's gullible and you can get away with f***ing murder. Edit that out. Bad form dudes. You stay up till 2 in the morning and you say, oh yeah, I was comforting a friend. Ass to mouth. And he puts his face right in someone else's clam chowder. Well, glorified prostitution. No. When the dick to money ratio gets too low, the woman files for divorce. No fault, I'm not happy, no questions asked. And in this particular scenario, based on his income, she's gonna get $4,500 till her kids reach the age of 18 and she'll never have to touch that peg D again. And I'm not even taking into account alimony in some of those states where if you're married for 10 years or more, you got to provide for that slot C for the rest of your goddamn life. So cover your six if this starts going on and liquidate all your assets and put it in your buddy's safe. And then you join Gamblers and Alcoholics Anonymous. When you get dragged into court, you can say, I blew all the money because I was depressed. She'll get nothing. Winning. Now listen, ladies. If you marry a dude who stinks, who's a slob, who's fat and mean, and you have to call the police from time to time, I have absolutely no dams or shits or f***s to give for you because you're married for money and you deserve what you get. Enjoy. So suck it hard and suck it long. Listen, if you're sick and tired of paying almost $1,000 per hit on the pussy, why don't you send us a donation to our Patreon page so we can keep this going. Winning! If you're not into the whole Patreon thing, which I understand, there is a PayPal link in the description below. You can send it there. And while we're at it, please hit the subscribe button. And all you two-way Tonys out there, remember, wash your peg D before you take that shit home to your wife. Poopy vagina. I can't say that. I can't say that's terrible. Dysentery of the vagina. That's going to take me over 7 homo suspicion points.
We're already at like 12, thanks.
See, at 14, I can become homo confirmed. I can't do that. Well, he sent me that email. He's like, he joined Gamblers Anonymous, and then he joined Alcoholics Anonymous. And before he filed for divorce, he cleaned out all of his shit, converted it to silver, and then 7 years later, when silver like doubled in price, he just cashed it all in.
Genius.
It's genius, it is.
Genius.
I wish I had done that. I paid off all my debts and I had like no money.